I like goblins. Even when I played Warhammer. Goblins. Goblins, goblins, goblins. What's not to like about goblins? Who doesn't like making more goblins? Having goblins come out into play, having goblins attack your opponents, smashing in for the win. Well, tonight I'm going to show you the replay game I had with this wonderful new goblin, Muxus, the Goblin Grandee. It's a goblin noble. When he enters the battlefield, you reveal the top 6 cards of your library. You put all goblin creature cards with converted mana cost 5 or less from among them into the battlefield. The rest on the bottom of your library in any random order. Whenever it attacks, it gets 1/1 for each goblin you control. Now, for the mana base, we are running basically mountains. We do have a blast zone, and that is just basically as a bit of a removal spell. As far as artifacts, we've got Mana Crypt, Soul Ring, Icon of Ancestry, because at its heart, this is, after all, a tribal deck. I'm playing Panharmonicon, the Disc for removal, the Ori, Destinies, because reasons. Cryptic Gateway, which allows us to cheat more goblins into play. Conjurer's Closet, Obelisk of Erd. You get the idea. We do have some other ramp. We're running Brightstone Ritual, which will give us red for each goblin in play. We're running Battle Hymn, again, red for each creature you control. And we're running other things like Goblin Bombardment. We've got the Recruiter, the Pile Driver, all of the top hits. Togo, the Weaponsmith, so we can throw rocks at things. We got the Prospector, which will allow us to add red for goblins. We have the War Strike, which may allow us to hit people from out of nowhere. We've got Dogpile. We got a lot of plans. So today, we're playing in a 4-player EDH game. So we've got a 2-land hand, but we do have the Goblin Grappler. We're of course playing Muxus. Our opponents are playing Sahil the Gifted, Feather the Redeemed, and Marin of the Clan Nelnoth. Now Feather is a Voltron Strategies deck, so they're going to be casting spells that they can recast using Feather. So it's going to be really annoying. Marin, it probably has a lot of recursion, a lot of bring back things from the graveyard effects. Sahil is going to look to create an unstoppable army of tokens and Thopters, and they're going to make a bad day for whoever they get through to. So we're being hit with a 0/2 Ornithopter, which is kind of funny. So we're going to go ahead and play the Mod War Marshal, get ourselves another Goblin, and we're going to go from there. So far, early turns, everybody's just ramping, everybody's just building. That's just the way it goes sometimes on EDH. Now, I bet you we're going to see Feather fairly soon, I would imagine, because it's such a low cost. We're going to make another Goblin Creature Token. We're going to ramp out Krenko. Krenko's probably not going to make it to my turn, but it's a good way to get rid of some early game removal. And I fully expect somebody's going to kill it before it gets to me. Here comes Marin. Oh, we made it through the Marin turn. Here comes Feather. And here we go. Reckless Rage. 4 damage to Krenko's face. Marvelous. I fully expected that. But I'd rather it hit Krenko than my commander, so... So now we're going to just start putting goblins out. We're going to cycle the Incinerator to get rid of Feather. A little bit of fair payback is fair play. Everybody still have very healthy life totals. Nobody really has a giant board state. We're on turn 4. Reassembling Skeleton is a creature that I myself have used in a reanimation style deck. As a way to ping people for damage, and Feather's returning to the battlefield again. So that's the second time it's been cast this game. It's going to start getting expensive to play it. And Mirror Landscape, so the Sahil player is digging for lands. I haven't drawn another land in a while, but we have 34 mountains in the deck, 35 lands counting the blast zone. And we have lots of additional ramp type spells. We have actually one in our hand right now. We have the Iron Crag Feat, which will get us 7 mana once we get a 4th land, so we can actually play it. Or another way to get some extra red mana. And, oh, that's a card. Zeta, Hedra. Oh, a Beast Within immediately. That card's not going to stick around, and I'm not sad to see that happen. I don't like getting pinged with copies of spells, so that is a good Beast Within from our black-green player, and that's going to prompt Feather to smack him in the face. Which, can't you blame him? I mean, I'm sure that they were wanting to do lots of bad things to us with all of those spells. Here comes Sahil, so we got a Planeswalker commander on the battlefield, sitting at 5 loyalty. We're really wondering, we're worried about them getting to 7 loyalty, because that's when they start making duplicates of everything, and suddenly we get crushed with a whole bunch of artifacts. So far, they're not a problem yet, so we're going to play a moderator. That's really the only play I can really make at this point. I've only got 3 mountains on turn 6. And I've got a wall of 1/1 creatures. Not very threatening. So it looks like these two players are basically fighting each other. He's going to return that creature from his graveyard. Another Reckless Rage. Who is she going for this time? Oh, for the commanders. So they have an exchange of commanders. Fists of Flame. Well, they're leaving me alone, so I will take it. Ah, a hasty Legionnaire. I have a feeling I'm getting hit. Yeah, Legionnaire coming my way. Probably shouldn't block here, but I probably will, because that's what I do. And they have combat tricks. Put the smash, so they get 3/3, so both of their creatures are going to get +3/+3. Looks like they are hitting Sahil with their commander, which is good. So Sahil's down to 2 loyalty counters. Feather is going to be 5/4. See, that's what happens with this Feather deck. It gets pretty nasty pretty quick. We're on turn 7. And a Meteor Golem from the Sahil player. And what are they going to kill? And Feather dies. So that is the second time Feather has died. And then Sahil draws 4 cards. Puts the Lightning Greaves on the Meteor Golem. And they're going to slap the Feather player in the face. It looks like. Feather's down to 32. Sahil's at 39. We get our 4th land finally, so now we can do some things. And our commander comes out into play. Here comes Muxus. Wish I had another 1-drop to put out with that 1 extra mana, but that's okay. So, we have a couple of new goblins. They're going to hit the battlefield. And now we have a board state. Now it's a board state mostly of 1/1s, but it's a board state. I think we have everybody's attention now. Is this a board wipe coming up? Nope, they're going to recast the commander. I half expected a board wipe. Wouldn't be the end of the world for us, but it sure would put us back. And the Feather player decides to call it a day. I really don't like when people concede like that. It's so frustrating. You never know what you're going to draw next. You could draw something that resets the whole game. I understand you probably can't cast your commander again, but there are other cards in your deck, and you should be playing. So now it's a 3-person game instead of a 4-person game, and the Sahil player's got a Sword of Fire and Ice. And it looks like they're going to equip that right away, I would imagine. Or are they tapped out? They're tapped out. Oh, we're going to play the Basalt Monolith. And I think we hold off for a turn here. Should really just attack in, but... Well... Oh, they got a Harvester of Souls. Death Touch, whenever another non-token creature you control dies, draw a card. So, they got a couple of card draws up there. Oh, Soul Phyrexia. Okay, we got to start getting aggressive here. We're going to start getting in. So it looks like Sahil's starting to get real comfortable. Up to 5 loyalty counters. They are pushing in on the Grixis player because I think I just have too many creatures up and play that I can block with. Oh no, I'm getting hit with one. So the Sharding Sphinx is going to give them some Thopters. And the Harvester of Souls is going to trigger. So whenever another non-token creature, so that's my creatures as well. So we have the Ringleader coming out into play. We have the Recruiter on top. We're going to fill our hands with goblins. He'll gives his creatures indestructible for the turn. I have a Goblin Warstrike on top. That's going to be significant, I think, at some point. So it looks like they're going to try and knock Sahil down a notch. We have a block from the Sahil player. Not enough to kill Sahil. But it's enough to stop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Doubling season. Oh my gosh. Are they going to go infinite here? Is this it? I don't think... No, they don't have enough mana. They don't have enough mana to go infinite. Looks like it's Sahil's turn. We kind of want to kill this guy, because if they get to untap, I have a feeling it's going to be a very short rest of the game for us. So, I think that Sahil might recognize that, and they might be going for an attack on the Grevin player, the Nevin player. Looks like they're going to push some everywhere. No, they went all out for the black-green deck, which I can't blame them for, because it's pretty scary when somebody can just suddenly... but now I have to deal with... I can do 12 damage to them with the War Strike. So if... Can I kill Sahil this turn? I might be able to do it. This might be the turn. We might be able to actually win this game, guys. We might be able to win this game. Alright, let's see what we can do here. After the turn passes to us, we draw our card. I love the art on that Goblin King. We're going to War Strike. And now there's only 2 players left. We're going to play our Goblin King. Make our goblins bigger. And more importantly, we are going to give them all Mountain Walk. They are unblockable. I think we've just gotten through with enough damage to end the game. And that is it, folks. Our opponent is down to -3. We have won the game. We still had the Recruiter in our hand. We still had Pashalik Mons, and we didn't get a chance to cast Kiki-Jiki. Didn't really need to this game. So, yeah, that's the game. Early concede from one player, which is always disappointing, but that is the way it goes on Magic Online, unfortunately, these days. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, share it with your friends, tell them all about it. Looking to grow the channel here, and you'll see a lot more videos coming up from me, a lot of variety content. Play a little bit of Arena, a little bit of Magic Online, a little bit of World of Warcraft. I'm also doing live streams and art videos where you'll see me drawing cartoons that are going out for publication in magazines and books. And just look here, and here on my channel. You'll see all the different videos I've got up there. I'm also going to be doing some scratch builds where I build some model type stuff. And yeah, so you can look for more content coming from me. Check me out, Wow Samson's on Twitch. And we'll see you next time, folks. Remember, always be goblining.